Scratch, and this is the main page for Scratch website, which is scratch.mit.edu that you can see up here. The first thing you're going to do when you come to the Scratch site is make sure you're signed in, and we're not signed in yet, so I'm going to click sign in up here, put my username in, my password, and then click sign in. So the first thing we want to do when we start a new project is go ahead and click create. And then we want to give our project a title. We'll go ahead and call this one Animation 1. So now that we've named our project, you'll see this little cat guy over here, right here. This is our sprite, and he's kind of like the character in a story. So we want to make our sprite do some cool things. The first thing we're going to try to make our sprite do is move. So to make our sprite move, we're going to come over and make sure we're on scripts, and then click the motion blocks, these blue blocks. And the very first thing we want to do is make him just move a couple of steps. So I'm going to click on this move block and drag it out over here to the right. And then if you just press on that block, you'll see that the sprite moved 10 steps. So in case you didn't catch that, watch the cat. I just click the block and he moved 10 steps. But you might be a little surprised, 10 steps isn't very big in the Scratch world. So why don't we try 30? He moved a little bit more. So what I want you guys to do now is I want you to see if you can make your sprite move and try out some different amounts of steps, and then we'll come back. The next thing that we want to do is we want to explore some sound. We want to see if we can add some sound to our sprite and our animation. So if you click here on sound, these kind of fuchsia colored blocks, we're going to go ahead and click on this play sound meow. We want to click on that and drag it out here. Click it right into the move 30 steps block that we have. So now when we click, the cat meows and he moves 30 steps. If you click on this little drop down menu, sometimes there are different sounds that you could upload. Right now we just have meow, so you can see. But let's go ahead and see some other sounds that we might do. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and delete that block. We have some different instruments that you can play. So let's have it play a drum beat. Alright, and then if you click this drop down menu, you'll see lots of different kinds of instruments. So this one's a bongo. So now what I want you guys to do is play with some different sounds and see if you can make your sprite move and play different sounds. Alright, and then when we come back, we'll look at something else. Sound to our sprite, we want to see if we can make him dance. So we've got this move 20 steps block and the play the drum beat block. To make him move, we have a couple of options. One thing that we can do is we can have him move forward and then have him move backwards. So if we come over to the motion blocks, we pull out another move, click it in here, and change it this time to be -20 steps. That means that he'll move 20 steps forward and then 20 steps backward. So let's see what happens. So now if we keep clicking, he's dancing. Another option that we have is we can go to looks and we can change his costume so that it looks like he's moving. So there's two costumes already loaded, costume 1 and costume 2. If we go over here to looks, we can have him switch costumes before changing directions. And now it looks like he's dancing. So I want you guys to go ahead and play around with adding extra move blocks and changing the costume and see if you can make your sprite dance.